Your life totally revolves around seasons of things, and they come and go so fast. Houston, we have a problem. Freshly mowed hay. I was going to bring you over here to see the unmowed hay. Looks pretty good. I don't believe we fertilized this field just because this is our farthest field up the road. It's pretty small. But as you can see, all the rain that we had this spring has really done well. I'm going to come over here and show you too. When I talk about more weedy hay, this is like what we're talking about. This is like ferns and stuff you can see. But I was also going to show you, isn't it wild? So, you know, this has just been cut, but none of this undergrowth was hurt. So this will all grow back. I just thought, I walked over here and I was like, well, that's kind of cool. Like, none of that was cut. Yeah. As I was kneeled down taking that video, look what I found. Can you see that? I have found a ton of wild strawberries. Let me pick them. So I absolutely hit the mother lode, and there is still just tons everywhere. But I'm gonna give these to Dakota when he comes back by. I gotta get the green off of them. It is a hot one out here today, y'all. But so I picked these berries, and instead of using red 40, I think we just need to use wild strawberries for red dye, because holy moly. But I gave half of them to Dakota, and then I thought we could do a taste test. If you've never had wild strawberries, I mean, they're super tiny, but they're so worth it. Oh my gosh, the flavor is unmatched. Now this field looks excellent. Anyways, we don't keep this hay, but Dakota puts up this hay for the fellow that lives here for his goats. Hold on, I'll show you. Well, they were up here, and I almost let them out, but I didn't. I'll just show you them on the way back out. They're in the front field now, but they're so cute. But we put this up for him since we're like up on this upper end, and Dakota's done it forever. So, but it looks darn good. Darn good. And you can see, it's pretty much the height of the bullpen. So this is our last field of the day. Woo-hoo. Actually, our last field of first cutting. Woo-hoo. Can I get a woo-hoo? So today's Tuesday, so this is how I predict the week's gonna go. So we're cutting Tuesday today. Then I think tomorrow, Wednesday, Dakota will let it lay all day in the sun. He'll probably come check it when we get home from work. And if it's ready, he might kick it. But if not, we'll definitely kick it Thursday, kick everything. And we call it kicking. Other people call it tedding. We just call it kicking because you're kicking the hay around, right? So kick Thursday and then bail Friday. Or maybe if he gets to kick it tomorrow evening, then maybe bail Thursday. We'll see. We will see. But it's a good feeling. It's bittersweet though, really. Hold on, he's coming by. It's gonna be loud. Okay. So it's awesome knowing that you've got first cutting done. We only do 2 cuttings here on the mountain. If you've never watched one of our hay videos before, I always get jealous. One of my Instagram friends in Alabama, they do like 4 cuttings, and I know some people across the mountain do 3 or 4, and I'm like, okay, I could not imagine. But anyways, we only do first and second cutting here on the mountain. That's about the growth that we have. So it's exciting knowing that first cutting is almost done and we get our little break, in between cuttings. But then it's also bittersweet because it's like, wow, half the year's gone. And it's like, that went so fast. It's always like, and it's like this every year. Like after we come back from the beach, because that's our like downtime. And then I know when we come back, it's like bam, 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 bam. And that's how it is. And it's like such a blur because you're like racing the weather and time and everything to get it done. And that's what all your time's devoted to at that time. And it just goes so fast. It just goes so fast. So I'm thankful because time does fly. This is why I do YouTube, is so we can always go back and watch it and just see how we've grown and progressed and everything, and how Stutson's grown. But wow, not to get so deep, but time just goes so fast and you never really grasp it until like you have a child, or if you're in the farming realm and you're like, your life totally revolves around seasons of things and they come and go so fast, so quickly. Here's the little goats I was talking about. Hey, what you doing? What you doing? Come here. A lot of times they're very friendly, but I don't know how she's feeling. How you feeling? You good? Hey. Hey. So we used to have goats, but we don't anymore. I got too attached and they just kind of up and die, and I just can't do that. All right, we'll see you later. See you later. So it is Thursday, June the 20th, and we're bailing. Well, Dakota and his dad are. It didn't work out again for me, but that's okay. This is the last field. Me and Stetson have been gone doing our library time and such. Really been big into that this summer. But yeah, so they're bailing everything this evening. Like I said, this is the last field to be done. And then tomorrow we're gonna haul it in, which these bales will stay here, but anyways, first round's almost done.
What's that? A whippoorwill. Can't you hear him saying it? Whippoorwill, whippoorwill. Whippoorwill, whippoorwill. It's way over there.
Yeah.
Shut up, Look, it's making shape up there.
Mm-hmm. It's casting your shadow. Oh wow, so that's on. Can't see it, it's so bright.
Don't smash him. Okay, toss him back.
There's also the snake right over here.
There it is.
Oh.
You got it on video?
Well, your light's too bright. I can't see it. Oh yeah, now I see it. Oh, it's coming up here on the land. We're gonna have to do something about that. Maybe a light a little bit. Other way. He's on land, ain't he?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna do something about that. And there's another one over here.
Don't mess with it, Chris.
Oh, it's coming back on the bank. You see him?
Ran.
Okay, throw him back.
He's pretending swimming.
Go ahead, throw him back. Good job. We are back loading hay for the final time for first cutting. I can't believe it. Very excited, but still can't believe it. We're in that patch that I found all those strawberries, so I was coming over here to see if any survived. I did find one. There's a couple right here, but the sun's kind of dried them out. Same as right there. Oh well, it was good while it lasted. I'll know that for next time to come over here and check, because man, they were delicious. Oh man, there might be some right here. Yeah, look. I'm gonna pick them and eat them. So tiny. That's so worth it. So good. We have this little trailer in this field because the bridge coming into this field is not good at all, and it's very tight. So there's no way that our 24-foot trailer, I believe, would fit. So we just bring the small trailer, and then the tractor hooks to the trailer. So we have it to load, and then we'll take this back down to the road where we have the big trailer, and we'll load these onto the big trailer, and then we have another smaller field that the big trailer won't fit in to take this one up to. A little bit of a complicated process, a little bit sketchy at times, but so far in the years we've been doing this, it's worked. So anyways, this trailer has seen quite a few better days, but it still gets the job done. Houston, we have a problem. Spoke too soon about the old trailer. Yeah. Dakota's trying to figure out the best option. We don't have to go very far, but still, there's a lot of things that could happen. So there's actually a little farmer that lives across the street here, so he's gonna go over there and ask him if he's got some air. And Dakota says they're not that bad to get back on the rim. So if we can take the tractor and lift the trailer up, pop it back on the rim, and then fill it with air. I mean, this sounds like a very perfect scenario, but if we can get that to work, it would work. We'll see. All right, we're limping it over here. It's going too fast for me to get a video, that's okay. We made it down the road and the tires stayed. Hallelujah. We only have one more little small load. It won't be like this to get with this trailer, and then we'll be done with this trailer and just be using this trailer. Shoo. And I'm sure everybody else is too, but we are having a heat wave here on the mountain. I'm sure everybody else is a lot hotter than we are, but for us it is quite warm. Very humid here, but hope everybody else is surviving this heat wave. And I was going to tell you too, I was telling the little fella that helped us get this tire fixed, I was like, it's always, it never fails, like the most things happen when it's like hotter than Hades. And like, you know, the heat, I don't know about y'all, but the heat really irritates me. So it's like you're already irritated from it being so hot, and then something happens and you're trying to work to fix it, and it's just like an escalating situation, and you're like, it's too hot for this, it's too hot for this. Well, looks like we got a weight distribution issue. She ain't going nowhere though. We're sitting on level ground, surprisingly enough. There was only 3 rolls in this field this year, which we didn't fertilize it, so we may next year, depending on how fertilizer prices are. But, yeah, still 3 rolls we didn't have, right? So this is Mount Rogers. This is the tallest mountain in Virginia. And this is White Top. And it's the second tallest mountain in Virginia. So White Top, Mount Rogers. It is the last field. Almost got it. It's a beautiful field, but it is a very steep field. There's no way to ever show you the grade of the land because it just doesn't come across through the video. But this field, it's so steep. This is one that I'm like, I don't want to rake it. Let somebody else rake it because it's just, I'll try to flip it around here. Like this just goes off. And then this has a pretty good incline. It's not as bad as this little, or this over here, like, well, you can kind of see it there, how it, it's pretty steep, pretty steep. And while I had a minute, I was gonna tell you, so in our last video, I was talking about how the baler is having issues with the slip clutch or whatever, and Dakota was going to talk to a guy at our local farm equipment store, we'll say. So they got to talking, and I don't know if I've ever talked about it here. I'm sure I have, or like showed him doing it, but Dakota loves to grease everything, which is good, but sometimes he does it in excess. And I tell it's so funny, like, we don't have tattoos or anything, but I always tell him he needs to get a tattoo of a grease fitting because that would be his perfect tattoo. So anyways, how that relates to the baler is because when he was talking to the guy about it, the guy was like, well, have you greased it? And Dakota's like, well, yeah, there's a grease fitting. And the guy was like, well, we've been recommending people not grease them because when you grease them, it makes it slip and not be able to grab and everything else. So Dakota, when he had talked to him and he called me, he's like, you're gonna laugh, because I always give him such a hard time about grease and everything. So anyways, it's probably been like just wearing out gradually, but then Dakota greasing it didn't really help. But he got the part that he needed to fix it. So, but we were waiting to get all of this done, and then that's next on the list before second cutting. So anyways, but yeah, so after he replaces this one, don't need to grease it. I mean, you may need to grease it like initially, but then that may be it. I don't know, but it was just funny. And this is the most nerve-wracking part, is me watching Dakota take this load down this hill. My heart is in my stomach every single time. I'm so thankful he's braver than I am, because we wouldn't get anything done. I'd be like, nope. So I'm glad he's brave. Well, we made it out, but it was no easy feat. Actually, the field was the easiest part. We had some equipment and stuff to get around that was a little bit difficult, but we made it. The last load of first cutting. Wow. Can't believe we're here. So all of the hay that we hauled in today, we have just put outside. So trying to save a little barn room for second cutting. Hopefully, I was thinking about second cutting. Hopefully we will have a second cutting. Right now, I just heard on the radio that this heat wave is supposed to last until at least next Wednesday. Middle of next week, they said, but I don't know. I hope that we're going to get some rain or we won't have much of a second cut. It's all part of the gamble. We'll just have to wait and see how it plays out. Can you do that again? Oh. Why not? Just one more time. Well, folks, that's the end of first cutting. It drug on and went fast, all in the same. So, we're done. Bush hogging is next. Thanks for watching.